think your car only costs what you paid for it and gas?
Yeah, that's not even close. Owning a car is way more expensive than most people realize, and it can be quietly draining your budget.
Oil changes, tires, insurance, interest if you financed, depreciation, these hidden costs add up thousands over time. I'm Sobair, and I've been at FAIRWINDS for 7 years. And I'm joined today with my friend.
And I'm Natalia, and I've been at FAIRWINDS for 8 years.
In this episode, we're breaking down the real cost of owning a car and how to keep the car from owning you. Natalia, cars cost more than you think.
I think people, they focus on just the monthly payment and the gas without realizing about monthly maintenance or everything that goes into really the cost of ownership.
Yeah, because whenever we get that new car, right, and it's financed, all you're focused on is that monthly payment. And to get from point A to point B, you do have to fill gas. And I think that's the only thing that is top of mind for us. But like you said, it is maintenance and other things.
Right. Especially if you buy a used car, which you really should. You really should be keeping up with it every 6 months or so. You should be taking it to get an oil change. You should be getting it maintenance. And when things like that fall through the crack, when we're saving money, sometimes that could even make it a lot more expensive to do things down the line.
Yeah, because there's so much more, right? There's maintenance fees. There's other expenses that add up over time, like you mentioned.
Right. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
And hidden costs, it can be routine maintenance, like oil changes, brake pads, air filters, windshield wipers. There's so many other expenses.
Right. And sometimes we're just so focused on the monthly payment and the gas that we'll skip routine maintenance. For example, tires is a really big thing. A lot of times before I would realize I needed a tire when it would pop. And I would have to get it for $30 at the local shop and get a used tire already. And that doesn't last as long. So it's, being able to plan out things with intention. You can buy the set when you need to buy the set, or you can buy a tire when it needs to be replaced. All a part of routine maintenance that people don't really think about.
Yeah, and there's even things that you can do, right? Because sometimes we can easily get a nail in our tire, but we can get it patched, which can last a little bit longer versus completely getting a new tire, which will help you save also at the same time. Even battery replacements. I've actually had quite a few battery replacements over the past years, and what I found was instead of going to the dealership and getting a new battery that cost a lot, I've actually went to like a car part shop. And what I found there was they would have warranty on their batteries and it would last quite a few years. And there's been time within that time frame I needed a new battery.
Right.
And I actually saved instead of getting a brand new battery. I got a brand new battery, but I didn't have to pay for it.
Right. I mean, those little things too are just ways to save money, because if you didn't keep the receipt or if you didn't go to a specific shop, and those are ways that you can easily spend to, double the amount than you would have normally.
And another thing, big money drains. Interest. Paying cash is ideal.
When it comes to choosing a car too, if you're in the market, you would really want to see if you can pay cash. When it comes to financing, I think a lot of people just look at the monthly payment and see how they can work that into their budget. But really wanting to see how long or the true cost of what that financing will be. If you can put a really large down payment or if you can pay in cash, this way you can save thousands of dollars in interest.
Yeah, because it's interesting when you see it side by side, right? If you're looking at a loan that's longer term versus a loan that's shorter term, you do see that shorter term, the monthly payment is a lot higher, but the interest over time is a huge difference.
Yeah, and you don't think about that when you're buying the car, because if it's going to be a $4,000 difference, we're quicker to haggle at the dealership for that difference, but we're paying it outright anyways.
Right.
So if there's any way that we could adjust maybe the type of car that we're getting, adjust maybe the mileage we're willing to accept, or if we can wait a little bit longer so that we could really save up to pay in cash, that would be the best financial decision we could do.
With big money drains, that's one of the biggest reasons I still drive the car that I have. And it's a 2013 Nissan, and it's taken me from point A to point B, and it's working great.
Right, and that's why I still drive my Toyota Corolla, my 2019 Toyota Corolla. Before I bought my house, that's something me and my husband we both paid off our cars because we knew we were going to have a mortgage and we would be rolling that money into a different payment now.
And insurance, it's required, and it's not cheap. And the thing with insurance is it's dependent on your driving record, location, and it needs to be treated as a fixed budget expense.
Right, because it's something that can change also over time. And I think when we're calculating a monthly payment, that's why if we can pay cash, that'd be ideal, because we do have insurance that we have to work into either every month or every 6 months if you have it set up that way. Another big thing would probably be roadside assistance.
Yeah, and I find that there's actually like family plans or like a
Mhm.
little group plan where it could be multiple, people on that specific roadside assistance plan. And I think, kind of sharing that and splitting the cost is beneficial.
Right. And I know a lot of insurance companies, I mean, even talking about insurance, they roll that in a lot of
Yeah.
times, and it's sometimes like a $6 difference for the full premium. So
Yeah.
it's really worth looking into.
It's funny that you say that because I actually randomly came across that. I don't think it's always communicated or it's always like that obvious, but I did find that my insurance company offered like 1 to 2 a year
Mhm.
roadside assistance, and they were really good and they were really quick. But I
Mhm.
don't think that's something that's super highlighted with a lot of times
Right.
with insurance companies. So definitely something to look into.
Right. It's one of those things you get burned once and then you you realize how expensive things are.
And cars lose value over time. After that first day that you purchase the car and
Mhm.
drive off of that, car dealership lot,
Mhm.
it's completely depreciating.
Oh yeah, I mean, cars are really the biggest thing that we buy that go in value the quickest. At least with our home, that can go up over time, but with a car, it's always going down. So it's always some fighting against us. But why does this all matter?
For many people, owning a car is unavoidable. Depending on the city that you live in, some cities have public transportation and some don't. So, cars shouldn't control your finances.
No, and that's why making a good decision when it comes to buying a car, maintaining a car, you just really understanding all the costs that are associated with ownership of a vehicle. Also, skipping unnecessary upgrades. I mean, if you can be intentional, making sure you save money for either a down payment, being able to pay in cash, or really taking your time so that you research, look up all the hidden costs, and understand how that is going to impact your budget and overall your long term goals. So, Bear, why is it important to budget for hidden costs?
Yeah, it's important because oil changes can cost about $100, and that's usually twice a year. And it's not just oil changes. It can be tires, which is about $800 every 3 years, and even a new battery, that's about $200 every 2 years. And then you add all of that, it's about $3,600 over 3 years.
With saying all of that, you should really plan to put $100 aside every single month so that you can be prepared for these expenses as they come up.
When your car costs less to own, you free up more money for what really matters. And that's one more step towards financial freedom.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.